Pilsner taste that makes Tennent's Pilsner good.
Can I have the darts, please?
But not that good.
Barman?
The right stuff!
The Right Stuff Remix 89 from Stylus. 28 12-inch remixes on a hot new double album.
This Christmas, give someone the winner of 4 Oscars. Best Film. Best Actor.
Rainman, never touch the steering wheel when I'm driving. Do you hear me?
Best Director.
You hear me?
Of course, I don't have my underwear.
What?
You use everybody.
Best Screenplay.
Rainman, am I using you? Am I using you, Rainman?
Yeah.
Shut up!
Rainman. Best before the 25th of December. Woolworths. We've got a gift for Christmas.
30 major artists, 30 classic love songs, one beautiful double album can only be The Greatest Love Volume 3.
Brighter, that's TV Times. This week, Dame Edna sounds off about herself while Barry Humphries explains her mega success. Ex-partners Peter Cook and Dudley Moore are briefly reunited. Coronation Street's Sue Nichols talks about the 3 men in her life. And with full details of ITV and Channel 4, get the Brighter TV Times.
Romania, still under hardline communist rule, has closed its border with Hungary. Budapest Radio said travellers had been unjustifiably turned back at 5 main border crossing points. In Czechoslovakia, riot police beat up protesters with batons after tens of thousands rallied for a pro-democracy demonstration in the capital.
By Prague standards, it was a massive show of anti-communist party people power, the likes of which has not been seen here for over 20 years. It was peaceful protest that started out official, but went far beyond the bounds of what the hardline Czechoslovak state was prepared to tolerate tonight. When the riot police began clubbing demonstrators, the crowd took instant revenge. And near Wenceslas Square, riot police were seething with frustration. The recent apathy of Czechoslovakian protests came alive tonight. And the anti-communist rhetoric went on into the night.
Mrs. Thatcher has talked to President Bush on the phone ahead of the European Community Summit in Paris on developments in Eastern Europe. Their conversation lasted quarter of an hour and officials said their views were very close. The ambulance dispute is set to spread after the collapse of peace talks. In place of the 6.5% pay rise already rejected, the employers offered 9%, but over 18 months. In London, it would be 11.5%. Specially trained paramedics have been offered an extra £500. The union said they'd been conned. There was no new cash on the table.
We have been offered money from next year into this year, and therefore that money is not available for a pay increase next year.
But that is real money in the wage packet. Certainly it runs on for another 6 months, but then we renegotiate again. There are no preconditions to that negotiation.
A part-time soldier in the Ulster Defence Regiment has been murdered by the IRA. The 57-year-old man was gunned down in his car on the outskirts of Armagh. He'd just come off duty at Drummond Barracks when he was overtaken by gunmen in another vehicle. They fired between 40 and 50 shots. He crashed and died instantly. That's all for now. More news later.
The Greatest Love 3. 30 classic love songs that can only be the greatest love. Roxy Music, Julia Fordham, Fleetwood Mac, Elton John and George Michael. 30 major artists on one beautiful double album is The Greatest Love Volume 3 on Telstar.
What would you like to drink, darling?
Oh, I'd love a Babysham.
Hey, I'd love a Babysham.
What is that?
Hey, Babysham.
Unless you're one of those people who enjoy doing things the hard way, make it easy on yourself. Sign a thing called a direct debit. You see, when the new community charge, the poll tax, starts next April, a direct debit means that your bank or building society can handle all the payments for you. And you can pay lots of other bills this way too. So look out for the special form from your local authority, and with one signature, let direct debit make the community charge a whole lot easier.
With Deep Heat 89, the hottest club hits of the year. Deep Heat 89.
Writer. That's TV Times. This week, Dame Edna sounds off about herself, while her creator, Barry Humphries, explains her mega success. Ex-comedy partners Peter Cook and Dudley Moore are briefly reunited. Read what they think of each other now. Coronation Street favourite Sue Nichols talks about the three men in her life, and they talk about her. There's also full coverage of ITV and Channel 4 programmes in the new look TV Times, a bright spot in your week.
The Power Breakfast with Brian Widlake, weekday mornings from 6, only on 97.3 LBC Crown FM.
At last, the greatest hits of the 80s is here. A very special triple album featuring 50 number ones from a decade of great music.
Wake me up before you go to leave me.
A 3-album set of unforgettable hits. From Band-Aid and Lionel Richie to Black Box. The greatest songs, the greatest artists, the greatest hits of the 80s. 50 number ones from Telstar.
The greatest hits of 89. 30 top 10 hits on one brilliant double album. The greatest hits of 89 from Telstar.
The newspaper, delivered in time-honored tradition. But imagine a newspaper that's updated 15,000 times a day. Covers topics like useful recipes, the latest sports reports, and what's on at the theater. The ultimate newspaper, brought to you by Oracle.